My family said I wasn't good enough until they needed me. My name is Emily Carter. For most of my life, I believed that something was wrong with me. Not because I failed, not because I was lazy, but because my family spent years convincing me that I would never be enough. My younger brother, Jake, was the golden child. If Jake got a B in school, my parents celebrated. If I got an A, they asked why it wasn't an A+. When Jake forgot his responsibilities, everyone laughed. When I made a small mistake, it became a family discussion. At first, I thought that's just how families worked. I told myself I was imagining things. I told myself they loved us equally. But deep down, I knew the truth. They always chose him. Always. When I turned 18, my parents paid for Jake's first car. I got a handshake and a reminder that I should start paying my own bills. When Jake went to college, they covered every expense. When I got accepted into a better university, they told me I was on my own. So I worked 3 jobs, morning shifts, night shifts, weekend shifts. While my friends enjoyed college life, I spent my nights cleaning offices and my mornings serving coffee. It was exhausting, but something unexpected happened. The struggle made me stronger. By 25, I had a stable job in software development. By 28, I started my own technology company. By 32, the company was generating millions in revenue. For the first time in my life, I felt proud of myself. But my family barely noticed. Whenever I visited home, the conversation always returned to Jake. Jake's dreams, Jake's problems, Jake's future. Meanwhile, Jake bounced from one failed business idea to another. Yet somehow, my parents always believed his next idea would make him rich. Then came the phone call that changed everything. It was my mother. She sounded nervous. "Emily, can you come home this weekend? We need to talk." The words felt strange. My family never needed me, at least not emotionally. Still, I agreed. When I arrived, everyone was already sitting at the dining table. Mom, Dad, Jake. The atmosphere felt heavy. Finally, Dad cleared his throat. "We have a problem." Jake stared at the floor. I waited. Then the truth came out. Jake had borrowed hundreds of thousands of dollars. Bad investments, credit card debt, personal loans. Everything had collapsed. My parents had used their retirement savings to help him. Now they were almost broke. Silence filled the room. Then my mother looked at me. "You're successful now." I already knew where this was going. "We were hoping you could help. Not help Jake find a job. Not help him rebuild his life." They wanted money. A lot of money. I looked around the table. For a moment, I saw every birthday they forgot, every achievement they ignored, every sacrifice they dismissed, every time they chose him over me. Then Dad said something that shocked me. "Family helps family. Family helps family." After everything, those 3 words echoed inside my head. I could have laughed. Instead, I calmly asked a question. "How much have you ever invested in my future?" Nobody answered. I asked again. "How much?" Silence. Because everyone knew the answer. Nothing. My education, my apartment, my business, my struggles, my success. I built everything alone. Finally, Jake spoke. "You don't understand what I'm going through." I looked directly at him. "No, Jake. For once, you don't understand what I went through." The room became silent. For the first time in my life, nobody interrupted me. Nobody defended him. Nobody dismissed my feelings. So I told them everything. I told them how lonely I felt, how hard I worked, how often I cried myself to sleep wondering why I wasn't enough. My mother's eyes filled with tears. My father couldn't look at me. Even Jake looked uncomfortable. When I finished, nobody spoke. Then I stood up. "I won't give you money." My mother started crying. But I wasn't finished. "I won't fund bad decisions. I won't reward irresponsibility." Jake's face turned red. Then I continued. "But if you're willing to change, I'll help." Everyone looked confused. I explained. I would hire a financial advisor. I would pay for debt counseling. I would help my parents protect what little retirement savings remained. I would even help Jake find a stable career. But I would not write a giant check. Not this time. Not anymore. For several seconds nobody moved. Then something surprising happened. My father apologized. Not a fake apology, a real one. For the first time in my life, he admitted they had treated me unfairly. My mother apologized too. She confessed they always believed Jake needed more support. They never realized how much damage they caused. Even Jake apologized. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't dramatic, but it was honest. The next year wasn't easy. Change never is. Jake finally got a regular job. My parents learned how to manage money again. And slowly, our family started rebuilding something we never truly had before: respect. The funny thing is, I didn't become happy when I made millions. I became happy the day I stopped trying to earn love from people who should have given it freely. Because the greatest success wasn't proving them wrong. It was finally realizing my worth never depended on their approval. And once I understood that, everything changed.